What's up guys, Boule Motor. Today we are trying the Kymco 250, the Downtown 250. I've been riding, so I came again to Geweka, the cultural park of Bali. Nice place to record video. And I've been trying this Kymco on the toll road, where it could reach a max speed around 120, 120, 130 kilometers per hour. Way enough for what we do in Bali. And we are going to review this bike, and I will tell you my opinion about this little scooter, competition of the X-Max 250 recently launched, and the SYM GT 250 as well. So first of all, we are going to see, as usual, what we have on the dashboard. We have the accelerator, we have the starting button, we have the kill switch. In here we have the hazard. I like the attention that you can actually adjust your lever with this little thing in here. This side we have the turning sign. And when you put the turning sign, it makes a noise, so you will not forget to turn it off. The klaxon, the high beam, the low beam, and in here the pass button. In here the key, you can actually shut down this little trap for safety reason. And then you can open it this way. You can lock the handlebar, classic feature, and if you want to open the seat, you will have to turn it this way, then you can open the seat. So, a word about the cargo seat. Compared to the X-Max last time, I could fit my bag no problem, but this one I had to find a way to fit in. It's quite big actually. There is also a little light in here. I appreciate that. There is ventilation because most of the time what happens in those cargo, the heat of the engine go up. So in that case, I appreciate that it's ventilated. Maybe we will have less heat inside the cargo. And we have some evacuation for the water if there is some water that come inside the cargo. We can see that what they did in here, instead of doing a protection in here, a ceiling for the water, they made it inside the seat. It's a different approach. It fit actually two helmets inside, but as I said, for my bag I had some difficulty to fit it in, so I had to find a solution to squeeze my bag so it can fit inside. Here you are. Concerning the gas tank, it's a 12.5 liter gas tank and it operates with the key. Here you are. We have also in the left side of the bike this little trap that open, and in here we have the power outlet with already a USB port, so you just have to plug your USB, so you don't have to put an adapter on it. I appreciate that. On this side is just another glove box. None of them you can key, so whatever you will leave in those places, you will have to make sure that your parking is secure, or to just not let your phone inside. Concerning the design, I like what they did. It's full LED. I really like the optic on the back. Integration of the turning sign. And from the front, she looked like a big bike actually. I just stopped to cut my hair just before, and the guy was telling me, is it a Ninja? It's true that it looked like a Kawasaki Ninja. The front is very impressive. When you light the bike, I mean when we turn it on, what we can see, we have only one optic that is light. We have the LED circle, and we have only one optic that is running. And when we put the high beam, then it's the other light that is taking the relay or the light. We saw that we have the hazard. We're going to put it on. We can see the integration of the LED for the turning sign, very well integrated. And from the back, here it's what it gives. Attention for the passenger. Foot peg. And the original, I mean the standard feature, when you put the lateral stand, then the engine will shut down.
Concerning the dashboard, in the center we have the total odo, the trip A, the trip B, the oil change, and then we come back to the odometer. And in the bottom we have the time. On the right side we have the gas gauge, and on the left side the temperature of the engine. We have the voltage, the external temperature on the top, the kilometer per liter instant consumption, and how many liter for 100 kilometer instant consumption as well. We don't have average consumption, unfortunately.
It's quite heavy. It's 178 kilos, but you don't really feel it. Position, my feet are perfectly touching the ground. I'm 180. The difference also between that bike and the X-Max is the way they did the seat. The seat is less wide, and you have this little cut for your legs. So when you are standing on the traffic light, you can perfectly put your feet on the ground, and you feel very well balanced. Talking about the seat, it is very, very smooth and comfortable. And as soon as you ride with it, you really appreciate this little support for your back, because you perfectly fit inside, and it's so smooth, and it's very, very relaxing. It makes very, very comfortable compared to the X-Max that was very tough in terms of seat and suspension. You can actually set the suspension. You will have to use a screwdriver to put it here and to set your suspension. There is two suspension. But the overall comfort is very, very comfortable. So let's go for a ride. Good opportunity to see how it works if you pass, or if you put the high beam, low beam, high beam, low beam. The chassis is quite sportive, and the lean angle is quite interesting. Really like the sensation on the brake lever. Unfortunately, there is no ABS. for Indonesia. We could see that on the disc they already have the system for the ABS, but I don't understand why this Kymco doesn't come in Indonesia with the ABS. Especially for the price tag they are asking for that bike. I heard that in Jakarta they propose it for 68 million rupiah. So I guess that in Bali it will be around 70 million rupiah. It's always a bit more expensive in Bali. Where the X-Max is at 56, so that's a huge difference in terms of price. The X-Max is coming with the ABS, the keyless entry, and a lot of features that are lacking on the Kymco. So it's gonna be a bit difficult, I think, for this scooter to penetrate the market. Too bad, because honestly, in terms of comfort, I really prefer this one than the X-Max. And I found it also, the Kymco is more torquey. You have more response on the throttle, and the acceleration is very linear after that. So it's a very easy scooter for the city, and it will allow you, because it's very comfortable, it will allow you to go for very long ride. There is no vibration whatsoever, very comfortable. My arms are almost fully extended, my feet are in good position, relaxed. I would prefer to really be able to extend it, but I guess I will have to modify the seat, like a lot of people do. But otherwise, I can definitely see myself doing a lot of kilometers with a bike like that. They did a lot of good work, Kymco, on this Downtown 250, because I feel that the chassis is really well done. It handles very, very easy. So I will say that more comfortable than the X-Max. Similar in terms of comfort with the SYM, so it's a very good job. So I will say that the SYM has a real competitor in here, because it will be in Bali, the Kymco 250 Downtown will be a bit cheaper than the SYM. It's quite easy to filter with it as well. Guys, so in conclusion of that test ride of the Kymco Downtown 250cc, I found it very, very interesting, very, very comfortable. And I would say that it's a very good competition for the SYM. You know that when I tried the SYM GT 250, I found that it was the king of the maxi scooter 250cc. And I would say that Kymco launched a real competitor to that. I found him more comfortable, I found him more stable, especially in curve, leaning the bike, very interesting. And I would say that they did a success. Now, compared to the X-Max Yamaha 250, I would say that unfortunately they are like 2 years late on making that scooter. In the Indonesian market, we had in 250cc maxi scooter, we had not a lot of choice. We had the Benelli Zafferano 250, the one I was using to go to Jakarta with. We had the SYM GTS 250. We had the Kymco 200 at this time, and we had the Bergman, the Suzuki Bergman. So I would say that it was one of the most performing was the SYM. And I'm sure that Kymco with the Downtown 250, if it was going out like 2 years ago, it would have been a huge success. Now, considering what happened on the Indonesian market with those 250cc maxi scooter, I would say that the SYM and the Kymco are very, very good, very comfortable. You can really go far with it. They are easy, also in the city with it. But now that the X-Max is out, and with the new technology that they put on it, the ABS system, the traction control, and all those stuff, and the keyless on the X-Max, make that the X-Max, with a price tag at 56 million, is going to be a killer. The problem with Kymco and the problem with Kymco and SYM Maxi Scooter 250 in Indonesia is that they decided to bring them in without the ABS. For me, the ABS is really missing on the Kymco and on the SYM. The Yamaha has the ABS and is cheaper in price. The Kymco and the SYM 250cc will be in price tag around 70 million rupiah, and where the Yamaha is priced at 56, and it's going to be complicated to explain what is the difference between those three scooters. In my opinion, the X-Max Yamaha is way too hard. The suspension are too hard, the seat is too hard, so I feel that it's more a city-oriented scooter. As soon as you will take the X-Max on the long run, it's gonna be a bit more tiring. Where the Kymco Downtown 250 is gonna be more comfortable, more stable, and way more adapt for touring and long ride. So I will say that still, Kymco Downtown 250 is a great bike for touring all around Indonesia. It just missed the ABS. I'm sure we can install it and it will be worth it to install it. The bike is definitely well balanced and great for long touring and long ride. The SYM is still very interesting, but it's the most expensive scooter on the market now in the 250cc range. And the X-Max is a killer in terms of price, but is way far away in terms of comfort. So Kymco, SYM are more comfortable than the Yamaha. But the Yamaha is more changi in terms of technology. That's what's gonna happen. Another word also about the Kymco. My feeling is that the Downtown 250 actually took the chassis from that exciting 400. I don't know if it's the case, but this is the exciting 400. Great machine, great engine, 400cc, and that was the scooter that I call the T-Max killer, because you have a great machine for touring. And if we watch very closely the chassis of that bike compared to the Kymco Downtown 250, you can see the similarity in terms of design. So I don't know if it's the same chassis, but it's the same feeling. I will say that on the Kymco Downtown 250, the feeling it's a big scooter. It's really a maxi scooter. And for that, I will recommend it. Because if you are looking for something comfortable, powerful, good torque at low RPM, and you want to touring all around Indonesia with it, I will choose the Kymco Downtown 250. Because of that, it's a big scooter. I'm 180, 82 kilo, and I felt very comfortable on it. We had a lot of wind, and this bike was not sensible on the wind at all. Even on the toll road, these things was not moving. You are limited in top speed, 120 km per hour, but it's way enough for touring all around Indonesia. So thank you again, Kymco, for letting me the bike for the whole weekend. I mean, for 2 days, I appreciate that. And now I'm waiting for the successor of the exciting, which is the Kymco AK55, the 550cc that will be launched also in Indonesia soon. So Kymco, if you are launching the AK55, call me. I will be very happy to make a test ride on it. That's it, guys. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, subscribe if you want to, share the video if you want to, and see you soon for other adventure. Bye.